Hey guys, welcome to the video. So the DJI Air 2S has just been released, and now that's been released and out of the way, the talking point is back onto the DJI Mini series. And are we going to be seeing an update of the DJI Mini 2, potentially a Mini S or a Mini 3? Let's find out. So the Mini 2 was released in November 2020, 1 year after the Mavic Mini which came out. The Mavic Mini changed the game in actual drones, being able to record and film decent quality, but only in a small package at 249 grams. This was done on purpose with regards to different regulations and laws around the world, and it was great that all this technology could be put in such a tiny drone like the Mini series. But the downside to that was the signal wasn't very good, the camera wasn't 4K, and it wasn't the best in the wind, so there were issues with it. So 12 months after that, the DJI Mini 2 was here, and this is on another level altogether, completely different, night and day difference from the original Mini 1. We've got 4K 30 now, 2.7K 60, and we've got a great transmission system with the new OcuSync 2.0. So from a Mini 2 standpoint, it's remarkable. As you've seen, I've done so many good videos, I can't say enough good things about this drone. Now, some people weren't happy about the quick release of the Mini 2 being only 12 months later after the Mavic Mini 1. Now, this is good and bad. It's not great for them people who want to invest money into a drone and for it to last them a few years, but it's also good for them people who want the latest technology all the time. And the good side to this drone being released quickly is that with technology increasing at such a rapid speed, we are seeing more and more camera companies, phone companies, drone companies releasing their products even faster because the competition is so fierce and technology is moving so quick. So if you want to get a drone and it lasts you 3 or 4 years, it could do, but the companies are putting out drones quicker and quicker. Now with DJI, they are number one, the king at the top of the pile relation to drones. That's obvious. They've got the best drones out there. They're easy to use. The technology in the drones and the software is the best. But that doesn't stop other drone companies such as Autel, Skydo, and we've seen the recent Hubsan Xeno Mini Pro coming out that are all going to be a competition for DJI. So DJI can't just sit back and go, oh, we'll keep this drone for the next few years. It's still going to be the best, because it's not. Technology is moving so fast that this can become outdated really fast. So we've seen from that release of the Hubsan Xeno Mini, on paper it's actually got a better spec than this drone. It's got the same 4K 30 camera, but it has position sensors on it, and it has that tracking ability, something which we would love to have on the DJI Mini series. So DJI can't sit back, they need to be releasing their drones faster, keeping either ahead of the pack or actually online. This is why we see now with phone companies, Apple, Samsung, they're always bringing out the latest, best quality on a yearly basis. Gone are the days where the drones or technology is going to be released every 2 to 3 years. Aside from the Pro series of the Mavic line, where the technology built into that is meant to last years, smaller and actually cheaper drones, cameras, they're always going to be bringing out more and more. So with the drone companies bringing out the technology and hot on the heels of DJI, the Mini 3 is expected to be released this year. There are some rumours that it's going to be coming out sooner rather than later. The actual predicted time, which we could say was on a yearly basis, would come out around November time of this year. But with the Hubsan Mini Pro coming out around August, there is potential that DJI will release a new version of the DJI Mini line earlier, around about August or September time, which will be a great competition for anything which Hubsan will bring out. So what are we expected to see on the DJI Mini 3 or S? So before we start getting our genie's lamps out and hoping for all this different technology in this small drone like this, we need to remember that the key point of this drone is that it is under 250 grams on purpose, because around the world, different countries, if you have a drone under 250 grams, you either don't have to register it or you can fly it in more areas and you have less restrictions. So the next drone that DJI bring out of the Mini series will be under 250 grams. They have a huge market for people wanting smaller drones because of them restrictions. So if the new drone, the DJI Mini 3, is 251 grams, I would not buy it, because if I'm going to get a drone that's going to have more restrictions and I'm not going to be able to fly it in more places, I will go to the Air 2S or the Mavic Pro, because they're going to be heavier, they're going to have a bigger sensor, they're going to be better in the wind, and they're going to have more features. So this drone needs to be the best it possibly can, but under 250 grams. So from looking at different leaks out there, some of them are really viable leaks. They usually get it right all the time with relation to anything DJI related. Let's just go through some of the actually well-known predicted features which we're expected to get in the new drone. So the DJI Mini 2 is 238 grams. The original Mavic Mini was 249 grams. So under that 250 gram limit, it's still 238 with the new battery. They just didn't change the sticker. So we've got a massive 12 grams to play with. That is based on that DJI don't change anything about the actual hardware of this drone. They don't make any more weight saving sacrifices with the drone, which I'm sure the DJI boffins already have done. They're already flying this drone, testing it around the world. So we're hoping to be able to get at least some sensors on this drone. A front sensor, similar to what we had on the DJI Spark, will allow for some obstacle avoidance and active track facilities. The DJI Spark did it and it wasn't much heavier than this drone. Granted, it was over 250 gram limit, but we didn't have all the restrictions back then when the Spark was out. So if they could put some kind of sensors at the front of the drone here, and ideally on the side, this will allow for some really good tracking to be able to track you from the front and the side. We are never going to get full sensors and tracking on this drone due to the weight. It's impossible. So you would at least, by having front and side sensors, be able to get a full tracking experience. It just won't be able to track you safely going backwards. What's also been rumoured regards to tracking is DJI could now include, similar to the Insta360 where you have necklace wearable items that go with your actual technology, there could be a GPS based necklace that you wear, and then the drone will then be able to detect where you are, and then it will track you via software if you wear this item all the time. Now that could be good and bad. Yeah, it's a starting point, but it's something else you're going to have to remember to take with you all the time. Is it going to be reliable? Is going to be issues with it? Potentially. But if that's an area where they could move into to be able to give us tracking, maybe it's not full sensors, but yes, it's wearable. Would you be happy doing that? It would be interesting to see how that works out, but that also is a suggestion at the moment. The quick shots on this drone are great. They've got loads of different ones. We could add asteroids like on the bigger drones, but the quick shots tend to be the same on all the different drones. What could be included on this quite easily, as we've seen on the DJI Air 2S, is master shots. That could be done on a firmware update on the DJI Mini 2, but I really don't think they will. I think they're going to wait for the next drone to come out, and that will then be a good selling and marketing point. So master shots is what combines all the different quick shots. It will take an automatic video for you, edit it for you, send it, and then you're ready to post it on Instagram straight away. So master shots is good. It's a great tool to use. It's an addition to you being able to fly as an actual pilot yourself and do them shots yourself. But if you're just in a location, you want to get a shot of everything, master shots is good. It's creative, and we're hoping to get that on that next drone. And to be honest, it's pretty much expected that master shots will become the norm on all future DJI drones. Also from the Mini 2, it could share some of the new signal boosting technology. The Air 2S has 4 antennas built into it. The Mini 2 has 2, so by moving to OcuSync 3 like on the Mavic Air S could be a great move. This already has really good technology built into it, but by including 2 extra antennas in this actual Mini 3 could improve that signal. We could get the same OcuSync 3.0. I have tested both, and they're both phenomenal. There is a more stable connection when there is interference by using the OcuSync 3 on the Air 2S. So we could have that on this. That would just make this drone even better. Another area which we probably won't get, but it could be, it's a 50% chance of this, and it has been rumoured a lot, is some kind of waterproof rating. So as more and more companies use water resistance or are able to actually have some kind of sealant on this, we're not going to be able to use this as some flying submarine, so it's not going to be able to go into the sea or underwater. That's just 20 years ahead. But if we could have some kind of water sealant on this, if you're flying in and you all of a sudden it starts raining and you need to get that drone back to you, having some kind of water resistance or a film around this, some kind of sealant, will make this even better, and that should be on every single drone going forward. I think the controller will stay the same. I don't think we're going to have anything different on the controller. Yes, it's quite big, but it also packs a good punch. It goes great because it can charge your phone. It's got a really good battery built into it. You hardly have to replace these. It goes hand in hand with the OcuSync system. So I don't see there being any improvement to the controller. So what everyone also wants from this drone is relation to the camera. Now again, the camera, we're not going to see, as much as I'd love, a 1-inch sensor or some Hasselblad sensor. That is just too heavy, and that's the problem on this drone. So we've got a really tiny camera at the moment on this. Anything more, it's going to weigh too much, so they're going to have to make more sacrifices for that, and I just don't know how they could. What we are expected to see, and what's rumoured to be able to on this new DJI Mini 3, is that they're going to be using the camera which is from the DJI Pocket 2. Now again, that isn't going to increase much in relation to the actual sensor size, but that camera is a more advanced camera and the technology is better than what we're actually seeing on this drone currently. So by using the camera from the DJI Pocket 2, what we expected to see in improvements compared to the Mini 2S. So let's talk about the video modes first of all. By using that same camera, we're going to have the ability to move up to 4K 60. Currently it's limited to 4K 30 on this drone camera. So 4K 60 is going to allow us to have that buttery smooth slow-mo on a 30 FPS timeline. 4K 60 will be remarkable on this drone and be able to use it a lot more. We're also going to have the same 2.7K 60, 1080p 60, but you're also going to have 1080p 120 as well. So HD 120 just looks amazing slowed down. It's such a smooth looking shot. Going with the ability that you can fly this drone in more places, you'll be able to fly it on your beach, and just imagine running down the beach like you're David Hasselhoff and someone filming you, 120 FPS, slowing that down. That's going to look brilliant. It's also going to include some more video modes, which we're also expected to see by using this camera improvements here as well. So we're going to have not only HDR video, but we're going to have time lapse, motion lapse and hyperlapse. But the exciting thing to remember with all of these drones is with technology moving so fast, we're going to have the ability to get these in our hands even quicker. Is there going to be a price increase similar to what we've just seen with the Air 2S? Again, it's rumoured that we might see one, yes. So the actual starting price for this could be around the $499 price mark for the drone as a standard alone package. And then you're going to be adding another $150, $200 on for the Fly More. So again, it's pushing that price up. This seems to be a theme DJI are doing with the Air 2S, the predicted Pro 3. We are seeing price increases. So is the technology and the improvements going to make you go out and buy one? So take care guys, let me know, are you thinking of buying one of these? Are you waiting for the Mini 3? Are you happy with just the drone you've got now and you don't really want an upgrade? Let me know what you think. See you later guys, bye bye.